I see right now the first warning signs for Bitcoin for a potential reversal. And we have to talk about this and take potentially imminently action on our trades. If you want to know what I have found, then make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let me show you what I believe is going to happen next here. So I want to start off with clear support and resistance levels here on the 12-hourly chart for Bitcoin. So you can see here in red, we have this big resistance area that we are trading in right now. And this comes in from $46,178 to $47,452. Until we are breaking above that level, we should be really cautious right now. Because if we are getting rejected from this level, we will most likely go all the way back down to $43,000, where the next biggest underlying higher time frame support is present. So it doesn't mean we have to go there from a higher, but we potentially could go there. So I just want to show you what levels we have to watch here right now if Bitcoin would decide to flush out a lot of over-leveraged people right now in their positions both ways. So we flushed out now all shorts on the way up. Now it could be that we're doing the same thing on the way down and then actually come back up and break $50,000. Especially with the stochastic here yesterday turning bearish, giving us a sell signal, but it's not a severe one yet. So I would not interpret too much into it just as of now, because this can still turn around and give us another push to the upside by tomorrow or after tomorrow. But that the RSI is going down, that is a little bit concerning with the stochastic RSI. So again, remember yesterday I told you, be a little bit, the stochastic RSI is a warning sign. And now you see that we are under $47,000 here again and moving a little bit lower. When we're going then to the CME chart, I also want to show you this. Then we can see CME closed at $47,810 yesterday. So that is, on the other hand, good again, because it means that in the near future, we will come back and close that CME gap. Now we are at $47,000 approximately, kind of here, a big CME gap. If we are not coming back by tomorrow evening to close it, and let's say we would get further downside to like 46, 45 and open here on the New York Stock Exchange again, then we have almost a $2,000 CME gap that I definitely intend to trade here back to the upside, because this is just too juicy to fade in my opinion. So if I check here the percentage move, so this here is 3%, 3.1%. And this is then almost 1.72. So either way, I definitely gonna scalp that move here on Bitcoin. I just wait for tomorrow to see where CME is going to open, to see if we still have the CME gap, and then I'm going to play this. And depending on how CME is opening tomorrow, I will also then decide how much leverage I'm going to use. So if I see that we immediately turn around with the new daily open on Monday, then I will also definitely have a lot of leverage on that. If I see we are first going a little bit more down, then I will not use as much and have also some money on the sideline to dollar cost average down if I have to. So this is basically the next trade setup that I'm looking at if we keep that CME gap as it is, because it is already quite big. It could get bigger, and the bigger it gets, the more juicy the profits that we can make when we come back and go and close it. On the 4-hourly chart is something that I wanted to show you, and that is, you see right now we have completed our trade here, as I mentioned the other day, and now we are breaking here under this second take profit point. If we would come down to the first take profit point here, to $45,500, and I'm gonna show you in a second why I believe that could be the case. That is a big level for me to open a big Bitcoin long here once again, and to trade this then to $50,000. So that is almost a 12.1% move to the upside, if I'm not mistaken. Let's measure it. $50,000. Okay, it's 9.76% move to the upside. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking from 45,000, not from 45,500. That's why it's almost 10%. So almost 10%. I use 20x leverage. I make 200%. So this is amazing. So that is a trade that I will definitely be taking here. And as you see, we are highly profitable the last 2-3 weeks, so you should consider to take this trade too. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade anywhere, do it on BYBIT or on BitGet. On BYBIT, you still get 30K absolutely for free, and on both platforms, you can apply for a debit card. And again, if you're too stupid to trade by yourself, then just follow my trades on CoinW or on FAIRDESK. On FAIRDESK, you still get $120,000 as a sign-up bonus, and this is still the highest bonus in the industry. On both platforms, you can follow my trades without any KYC or a VPN. Let's move on here to the liquidation levels. We see here some over-leveraged longs coming in, and I think they will get slaughtered on the way down. So they have entered basically here and thought that we are starting to consolidate for another move to the upside, and it doesn't look like it to me right now. So they are trapped there. If they are not closing it in a loss by themselves, most likely they're going to get liquidated. This here will be not enough to trigger further downside, in my opinion, or that will be at least not be a catalyst to drive the price lower if we would go lower from here already. So, but for the time being, I also doubt that on the lower time frames that we drop like immediately down to like $43,000. When we're going into the liquidation heat map, here you will understand now why I'm saying this, because here all the way down to like $46,500 or even here $46,000, there is already a lot of liquidity to be taken out in long liquidations. Hence why I believe that somewhere in here we could already get a bounce back up and close that CME gap. So you see also here there is still some short liquidity building up here continuously. It's of course not as much as we have underlying at the price action in long liquidations. So but you see here these yellow areas, these are the most concentrated ones where we have long positions around these prices. I believe they could get flushed out, but then we bounce immediately back up to the upside. On the daily chart, again, I had also here mentioned that resistance area that we get rejected from there instead of breaking above it. Again, I'm not really surprised. At a second attempt, at the second consecutive attempt right now, I'm not really surprised from that. I would expect some more consolidation here between 46 and 47,400 before we break this to the upside, because the indicators have to cool down, guys. The indicators have to come down. The MACD is still bullish, but the stochastic RSI on the daily is about also here to cross bearish. The RSI is going sideways, so there could be a little bit of downwards pressure right now. That could lead to a consolidation phase for like 3, 4, 5 days before we see then another push to the upside, and that will finally then bring us above $50,000. But on the other side, this will be good for altcoins if we see something like this happening. So I'm not too concerned overall right now. Just pointing out the obvious warning signs that we should pay attention to. Before I go into altcoins, let me actually also show you this here. So here, this, if we are going a little bit lower here with today's candle on 12-hourly chart, then this could be also an evening star pattern, and that is a bearish reversal pattern. Hence why we have to be a little bit careful right now here and wait a little bit to see how price action is unfolding. We need to wait for tomorrow to see what's happening with CME. In the best case scenario, we get a quick, swift move to the downside to like 45, 200, 400, come straight back up to 46, start ranging, then CME opens and we continue to go higher. So that would be the best case scenario overall, because once we have taken out that underlying liquidity, there's no reason to go lower anymore. And these are also bounce areas, so why should we go lower from there? So we flush it out, we come back up, we continue higher. Before then, in a couple of weeks, we go then back down here to like low 40s. Now, really quick about altcoins. The dominance also looks to me a little bit toppy right now for the short term, which is good. I always pointed that out, that we get most likely close to this downward sloping trend line. We are pretty close to it. This candle formation stays as it is, and tomorrow we see a small drop. That would also then trigger a reversal pattern with continuation to the downside, and I hope that we reach 52 or even 51% then on the way down, while Bitcoin is going sideways here. The total market cap here, also the same thing. I told you we will get close to $1.79 trillion. We got really close to it, $1.757 trillion. So we were like $0.035 trillion away from that big resistance here. I still believe that by next week we are actually smashing through that and going then to 2 trillion or even higher than that. So I definitely have my eye on that. Here also for Ethereum, our plan worked again here to 100%. Did I not tell you guys around the golden ratio, I expect a rejection. If we get a rejection, that is where I exit my Ethereum trade. That's also what I did. And for now, just for now, it looks like that we are completing the ABC correction. But to be really, really sure, I want Ethereum to break under the 0.382 level, $2,377, to confirm that and have a daily candle below that level. Only then I believe that we are really confirming this ABC correction. If we in between at some point start consolidating or push higher above the golden ratio, this is completely invalidated. And this was then just a swing failure pattern, and we continue to go higher. If you listen to me, we made money here on this trade, and just wait for the next one. But for now, I'm also waiting here to see what's going on with Ethereum. I'm not interested in taking any new positions in Ethereum. About our other trades, also really quick, AVAX. So we got really, really close to our take profit point. I highly suggest that you put your stop loss to the daily open around $38. I'm already out. I got stopped out at 39, what was it? 39.6, I think, or 7.5, something like this. So not really far away from the top is where I got stopped out, which was actually quite lucky. I did not plan that too much, you know, so I just trailed every 2% my stop loss up. That's how I got out of it. Really close to, for now, the potential top here. So, but if you're still in it, set it to 38, so you're also 2% then away from it. If you're lucky, it turns around and goes then all the way to the target. But remember, I told you when we come up here into this volume area that I expect a rejection from there, and this is exactly what we are seeing right now. So if we would have broken a little bit higher, we would have gone here actually to $41, most likely. So you have to make up your mind yourself if you want to exit now or just adjust your stop loss. That's absolutely up to you. Then on DYDX, I am also out of that one already at $3.07, I think was my stop loss. So also here I was like a 1% away from the high of today. Right now we are coming back up, but also here I'm waiting and potentially looking into other coins where I placed the money that I had in this trade. But here is on the daily a key level that was broken. So you see that here. So now that opens up the doors not only to go to $3.62, which is the conservative target, but to go from where we are at right now all the way up here to $4.36. So I might take a smaller position, but with higher leverage, so that it comes out the same when it comes to the position size than it was before. And I would just do it isolated, not on cross, and trade it potentially that way. And yeah, then I can still put most of the money that I made on this trade into something else. Then LDO was getting close to that big resistance here at $3.04. We failed and broke under the daily open. So I would like to see this reclaimed, $2.98 approximately. And then also a break above $3.04, flip this into support and continue higher, because it's more or less the same what we are seeing on DYDX. The only difference is that we have broken here this horizontal level already, you know. So oh no, actually we didn't. Yeah, also here we wait for $3.22 to break before we see continuation here. So on DYDX and on LDO, the same issue. We got close to both horizontal resistance levels and got from both rejected for now. Worst case scenario, we start consolidating also here between Monday high and that upper resistance on both coins. And then at some point when the indicators cooled down, we're going to break higher, which in my opinion will just be a matter of days. And that's the quick update on this Saturday, guys. I almost wanted to say Sunday. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you then again tomorrow.